That internet theory used to sound like something a 4chan enjoyer would post at 3 a.m. to take a break from their regularly scheduled schizo posts. But now, Reddit wants users to prove they're human. That's not a good sign, bro. And just look at these little Redditors having a town hall meeting in the comments about their little sky falling. They're reacting to a post on the news I just saw you, and this top comment says, why don't they come up with bot verification technology instead of human verification technology? I get tired of picking out pictures or sliding puzzle pieces into place. Picking the puzzle pictures have been training the AI for years, dude. I find it funny that the fact that we still do CAPTCHAs to prove human also trains AIs means that the training must not work really well. You'd think after decades of them, the machine would have learned what a traffic light/bicycle looks like. While it's true that CAPTCHAs are used for AI, they don't actually care about the correct selection as much as realistic interaction, i.e., they track your mouse movement and speed since a bot would act visibly different from a person. The thing with the mouse movement is a myth, by the way. For accessibility reasons, you can solve popular CAPTCHA using just the keyboard. So yeah. I mean, if you didn't know, CAPTCHA, the little shit that you use whenever you're trying to prove you're not a bot and whenever you're signing into your X-Hamster account, that's something we've been doing for years to prove we're human. And part of the irony here is that those same systems have been used to help train AI along the way. So now we're in this weird little loop where the internet may have helped train the thing that now makes it harder to tell who's real. Reddit is now rolling out labels for approved automated accounts and targeted verification for accounts it thinks are acting like bots. Reddit says this is supposed to be rare and aimed at suspicious behavior, not normal users. But the fact that they felt the need to do this, that's an indication that a good amount of content we're consuming is not human. And that's insane, dude. Because dead internet theory used to be a meme, but now it's starting to feel less like a theory and more like a roadmap, to be honest. And the way I think about this is like a cat and mouse game. I'm a COD player, yeah, I'm a filthy casual. But if you play COD, you know how this goes. Activision rolls out its anti-cheat, it's called Ricochet, but this applies to pretty much any game that's PvP. People cheer for about 12 minutes when the anti-cheat gets rolled out. Then the cheat providers update their garbage, get around it, and now everybody's miserable again until the next patch. Then Activision updates, the cheat makers adapt, the cycle continues, forever. That's basically what's happening with bots online. Platforms try to build anti-bot systems, botters adjust, platforms patch it, botters adjust again, and around we go. Bring it around town. Bring it around. And the real problem is not that the bad guys always win forever, it's that every time the defense gets breached, the people who benefit from volume can absolutely flood the zone before the next fix arrives. That's what wrecks the UX. Because it only takes a little slack time for a ton of fake comments, fake engagement, fake rage bait, fake OF ads, fake political nonsense, fake quote-unquote human posting to pour in. And if enough of that starts blending into the normal feed, your brain starts getting poisoned, dude. That's why I think this move by Reddit matters more than people realize. Reddit would not be doing this if the bot problem was just a little annoyance in the corner. The whole reason why this story exists, motherfucker, is because platforms are realizing they can't just assume the people on their side are people anymore. Reddit's new system includes labels for registered bots and human verification checks for accounts showing suspicious automation-like behavior. Huffman said the goal is to confirm there's a real person behind the account without broadly destroying anonymity. And this ain't just a Reddit problem either. There's a site you've probably never heard of. That site's called Digg, motherfucker. Well, Digg was trying to reboot as a Reddit competitor, but their ambitions were dampened when they had to shut down their app and downsize after getting overwhelmed by bots. Reuters said the fake votes and comments damaged trust in the community, and TechCrunch reported the company itself admitted it was overwhelmed by bots very early. Like, that's pretty bleak, because once the bot problem gets bad enough, the issue isn't just spam, it's trust. And I think this is where the internet starts splitting people into two camps. The first camp is people who still think the internet is mostly what it used to be. They see some OnlyFans bot under a tweet about geopolitics and somehow think a real woman just got deeply passionate about the straight of Hormuz. Then there's the second camp, which is where I live now, where you basically go schizo mode every time you open an app. You're constantly asking, is this real? Is this a bot? Is this AI? Motherfucker, is this rage bait? Is this some engagement farm from another country? Is this an actual person who just happens to sound like a machine because he's 80 IQ? And that's just not healthy. But it's also not irrational anymore. That's the weird part. Because once enough fake stuff gets mixed in with the real stuff, the average user stops knowing what reality even looks like online. It's the real damage. Not just that they're bots. It's that bots make the entire environment feel spiritually synthetic. So yeah, that internet theory is not a theory anymore, or at the very least, it's not a joke anymore. Once platforms start asking users to prove they're human, once competitors start getting shut down because of bot floods, once half the comment section feels like synthetic slop, the vibe has already changed. And I think the real takeaway is simple. You should just trust online consensus less. You should value real communities more. Because the faker the internet gets, the more valuable actual human spaces become, dude. Real rooms, real friends, real conversations. Because at some point, logging on starts to feel less like entering a town square and more like walking into a room full of mannequins that learn how to type. So yeah,